Welcome back. I still have here with me Adetola Salau, a social innovative entrepreneur. Now, earlier on, you spoke about your journey so far, most especially in STEM education. Now, taking a look at COVID-19, would you say this would actually reform classroom learning for good right here in Nigeria?
Oh, it will. There's no question about it. As we say, the new normal, things
Mm.
have completely changed. And I think I like to look at it from an optimistic point of view, that it to me is for the better. Because
Okay.
whether we like it or not, life is about progression. And progression means you take in new
Mm.
tools and you adopt them. And for a
Exactly.
while, we've been resisting infusing tech in education. If you look at a lot of other sectors, somehow tech has begun to play bigger and bigger roles
Mm.
in them. And somehow we've been resisting allowing tech to play a bigger role in education. But guess what happened? In March and in April, everyone all over the world, not just Nigeria too, all over the world, no one
Mm.
had a choice but to allow tech to come into education. So yes, it's a game changer. Things are never going to be the same. So I do see a lot more of our students using devices for learning.
Mm.
I do see more what I call blended learning. I've
Mm.
been doing a lot more talks about this, where we'll have students still in the physical classroom and some of them also taking classes online. So
Mm.
yes, I see a lot more of that happening.
Wow, that's really great. Now, what are some of the challenges you faced along the line in terms of actually promoting this platform?
People understanding why it's so important for the futures of their children, and then the teachers also understanding what I had just mentioned,
Okay.
making sure that tech becomes more of an integral part of how they're teaching and delivering their lessons. And going beyond that, I would say it's the mindset.
Okay.
The mindset that it's one of the things that I've learned through this journey, the mindset that we have here is not one that lends itself towards scientific thinking. And that's one of the things we need to change. In the scientific thinking, we are about processes. And processes means, you go step A, you go step B, then you iterate. Okay, what did I do here? Let me try this, let me try that. We have not quite passed that to our children, that this is the way you think, this is
Hmm.
the way you do things. And I can say this definitively because when I was teaching students in the US, I'm not saying that 100% of the students were that way, but to some degree, I noticed that when I would carry out activities, they already, for the most part, had some
Hmm.
semblance of that
Hmm.
mentality. That okay, I tried this. You know what? Let me try that. Let me change this. Let me tweak that. Let me work on that. Our children are not too open because of the rigidity that our educational system has imposed upon them.
Hmm.
So we need to break free from that. And that is the beauty of what I see is going to happen with them learning by themselves. In fact, one of the things that I've seen as the best blessings from this is children taking back ownership of their learning. They are now online, which means their teacher is not pointing fingers at them, telling them this is what you must do. They're saying, okay, let me try this, let me
Hmm.
try that. Some of them go back and they read other books, or they say, you know what, let me go to YouTube, let me check this out. They are taking that agency back.
Hmm.
I am the one learning. I want to learn this. I want to understand this. You know what? Maybe this teacher didn't really explain this well to me. I want to go try that this way. So yes, I really see a revolution happening from what's taking place.
Well, Adetola, it's no news that the world is changing. We all know the world is changing, and of course, we can see what is happening, most especially with the pandemic. But how do you intend to leverage on that in terms of promoting STEM education in Nigeria?
Telling people that this is why we've been talking about. In fact, I noticed a flurry of calls, WhatsApp messages, messages on Facebook when everything started unfolding. And people said, you've been talking about this for a while, how we need to get ready. In fact, I call it future readiness. How we need to get ready, how we need to start having digital learning. I said, yes, how our students need to be experimenting and carrying out solutions, like I said earlier, for themselves. And they're like, wow, everything you said has been coming to pass. And I'm like, yes, because if you really look and see patterns, you will see that this is where we're supposed to go next. More about what's happening in the world now is not about regurgitating learning. You can get everything on Google now. If you want to ask questions, all you have to do is get it on Google. What it's about now is
Hmm.
how do you apply what you know to solving problems. That's what it's about. So I'm happy that they're seeing that, and I'm happy that everybody, I don't have to say much, they can see it and they can see why it's important that their students are actually
Yes.
solving
Hmm.
things now.
Hmm.
Their children, yeah, actually solving things. So yeah.
Right. And is the government encouraging technology in the educational system?
Yes, we are making active approaches. In fact, one of
Okay.
the things I'm really, really proud about Lagos State is the novel approach we had
Mm.
during the lockdown. We didn't just say, you know what, this is happening, we're just going to make it a break, a holiday for the students, and they're going to do nothing. We did not do that. We made sure that, okay, a majority of our students, unfortunately, in the public school systems are in poverty. Um, they are in situations that it is what it is.
Yeah.
So how do we still get to the level where they are?
Okay.
How do we engage our students, even if not all of them have devices,
Hmm.
or not all of them have money where they can buy data? And we started thinking and doing research about what had worked in other nations, in Sierra Leone, Japan, Britain. We had found out that they use the radio, particularly in Britain, times of war, even after the war, BBC, and they use the radio to be able to engage students. And yes, it's not quote unquote high tech, going online using the apps, but the students can easily procure radios really cheaply, or they can use really simple radio phone. In fact, most of the phones have radio apps on them. They can easily listen to the radio. You can listen to it in the car. You can listen to it in the bus when you're passing by. They're able to listen to our content that we deliver through partners who have partnered with us, as radio stations and even TV stations. They're able to listen, they're able to have lessons 5 days a week: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Actually, we use Friday to even engage them. They call us, they call in, they ask questions. They're able to do that through social media. They're able to call in. They're able to have people also send email. That's those of them who have someone who can send email on their behalf. But the important thing is we did not say this is a break, just go and relax. We're going to make this your second term holiday. We're going to make it your third term holiday. We said, no, we're going to make sure that the students are still learning. And that's what they were doing during those months, because it's been over 6 weeks now. Yes, over
Yeah.
6 weeks. We engage our primary school learners. We engage our junior secondary school learners. We also engage our senior secondary school learners. So it's been such an amazing experience. We're now trying to see how we can take it to quote unquote high tech, where we're now going to have to get devices where they'll get our material, that's the Nigerian curriculum, and they'll be able to use apps to be able to access this content and also go online. And we're hopeful that a public will engage with us and support us by helping us to procure devices for our students, because we have a lot of students that we have to give devices to. And also be able to work out arrangements with our telecoms, be able to get data at affordable rates, or hopefully even free,
Yes.
for our students. So yes, there's a lot of work we're doing behind the scenes. So yeah, I'm really proud of the work we're doing.
That's really great. Now, statistics has shown that the number of girls who are actually taking up roles, or women who are actually taking up roles in terms of science and technology, is not the same compared to men. Now, what are you going to do as a woman, you understand, in terms of bridging the gap and encouraging women, girls, to actually take up roles in science and technology?
That's what we're here for, to show them that it's possible to. I'm I guess I would call it being a role model, though I'm kind of wary about, calling us role models. I like to look at it more of, we are showing them what's possible. There you go. Showing them what's possible and telling them you can be quote unquote girly, you can be a woman who says, I still love arts, I still love this, and I'm also going to infuse engineering.
Okay.
So we want to show them all the different possibilities. That's the way I want to look at it. We're going to show them possibilities. If you say you want to do it for the rest of your life, fine. You want to do it for a short period, fine. But there are possibilities. You can create, you can invent, you can do so many things. We want to show them it's possible. I think that's the best way. I don't want to use the word role model. We
Possibilities are endless.
Yes.
You just
So
have to believe in it.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much, Adetola. This has been so wonderful. But before you go, I'll love you to do one last thing, and that's for you to give us your 5 business lessons for a budding entrepreneur. Thank you.
Okay. Number 1, embrace failure. Failure should not be something you should run away from. It's actually something that should be your best friend. You learn from it, and then you iterate and say, what could I have done differently? What can I do differently? What lessons have I learned? And you move on. Number 2, keep learning. Never be afraid to keep learning. No one is a know-it-all. In fact, the day you stop learning is the day when you're dead. Number 3, make sure that you create a network of people around you, a network of supporters, a network of mentors, a network of mentees, people that you're also going to be pouring into. Because you see, I've learned that life is symbiotic. As you're pouring into people, they're also pouring back into you. So always make sure that you're pouring into other people so they're pouring back into you. Number 4, honor those who you're learning from, who are on top of you, who are your mentors, your supervisors. You'll be amazed by how much more receptive to you they'll be because you're honoring them and saying, you know what, I'm learning so much from you. I'm so grateful. Don't ever say, I don't have much. Whatever little you have, make sure you take it to them and say, you know what, I'm so grateful for what you're doing for me and how I'm learning from you. Number 5, it is okay to understand that life is difficult and it can be challenging. It is okay. So sometimes you're going to have to just step back, let go, and retreat and say, okay, this was really hard, this was really painful, and then gather steam, gather strength, and then come back and fight. It's not wrong to run away from a battle. It's not wrong. Sometimes you need to gather your strength and then come back. So that will be my 5 lessons. Yes.
Thank you very much for those wonderful lessons. I learned quite a lot, most especially in terms of keep learning. We can't stop learning. And of course, we need to embrace difficulties because I always say difficulties are more like a bridge to success, because if you don't pass through those difficulties, then you probably will not be able to arrive at your destination. Thank you so much for coming on Amazing Amazon today. It was awesome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well, we've come to the end of this engaging interview with Adetola Salau, a social innovative entrepreneur who's passionate about transforming the educational system in Nigeria. Stay tuned for more on the show and remember to always stay safe. And that's all we have for you on Amazing Amazon today. Hope you were inspired. I'm Oyinlola. Remember, the habit of persistence is the habit of victory.